Hello student. So basically we know that on our earth planet there are many plants and animals are rely or living on earth surface. These plants and animals having the many variation and diversity among them, and this variation and diversity make us confused to classify them or to identify them, so that we systematically arrange them and classify them. So this classification or the science of classification, we know that that is taxonomy. So this classification of living and extinct organism we done in taxonomy. So all the organisms living on the earth surface are not yet identified. Some are unknown or some are extinct. So these unknown and extinct animals, if we find these animals or these organism, how can we identify these are the multicellular or unicellular, what kind of or what group actually they belong? For that we use a tool, that is taxonomic key. So in today's lecture we see about the taxonomic key. So basically taxonomic key is used for identification of plant and animals. So it may be defined as devices consisting of a series of contrasting and contradictory statement or proposition requiring the identifier to make comparison and decision based on statement in the key as related to material to be identified. Or in other way we can say that it's a simple tool to use to identify a specific object. So taxonomic key is one of the most useful tool available to scientists to trying to identify an unknown organism. Systematic rely on key to help identify known organism and determine whether they have discovered new organism entirely. So basically they having the in this device we having the series of contrasting character, opposite character. So we just have to uh, differentiate the character between character of the unknown organism, so that we can easily find the class or find the kingdom of that organism, what actually kingdom or class that organism belong to. So basically this identification key or taxonomic key help to identify the unknown plants and animals. We know that the earth surface having the great variety and diversity of animals, and all these animals are not yet known to human being. Okay, so this variation, this diversity among the animals, if we find any new variety of organism, we have to identify them for our better understanding to what actually class they belong, or uh, what kind of character they possess. So for the identification of this character or their morphology, we use the taxonomic key. So talking about the taxonomic key, it always having the choice between two contradictory statement is provided. So one is accepted and other is rejected. If you find any organism, okay, any unknown organism, so by using the taxonomic key we can identify them. So in taxonomic key we having the series of question or series of contradictory statement, that is opposite statement. So one is accepted and one is rejected. For example, you find the one cellular organism. Okay, so they having two options, that is nucleus is present and nucleus is absent. So we have two choices, that is nucleus is present or nucleus is absent. So whatever the unknown organism or unknown cell we have find, we just look in that cell and find that the nucleus is present or no. So then if you have the nucleus, so you click on the nucleus present and then start the new point, that is identification key series. So on the basis of this taxonomic key we can easily identify their morphology and their characters. So basically the single pair of contradictory character is named as couplet. Okay, so in this you can see that the nucleus present, nucleus absent, these are two statements. This is the single pair of contradictory character which is known as couplet, where the each statement in couplet is termed as lead. That is, nucleus is present is one lead and nucleus is absent is second lead. Okay, so single pair of contradictory character or opposite character is named as couplet, where single statement is known as lead. So by making the correct choice at each level, one can arrive at the name of correct plant and animal. Okay, so if we have find the unknown organism, and by using this taxonomic key series, we can by using that correct choice at the each level, we can find that unknown organism or plant and find their name or place among the the taxa. Okay, so taxonomic key just used for the identification of these unknown plants and animals. So how to use this key? Okay, so first of all, so proper let's see the proper use of keys. So first of all, that is appropriate keys to be selected from floras, manuals, handbook, monograph and revision. So these are the keys, that is flora, manuals, handbook, monograph, revision. These are the keys. So we just have to select the appropriate keys for identification of our plant. Okay. Second one is introductory comments to be properly read first. When we use the taxonomic key, we just first look the introductory comment so that we can understand how to use the taxonomic key and how to go for the each statement after the getting correct answer. So next one is third, both leads should be read before making a choice. Sometimes the first lead may be seem to correct, but second leads may be appropriate. Okay, when if you find unknown organism, so we using the taxonomic key for identification of that unknown organism. So when we use this taxonomic key which having the contractory character, okay, so that is couplet. So in couplet having two statement, opposite statement, so you have to read both the statement. If you find the first one is correct, so you cannot lead to next one. You just watch or see both the statement of the couplet so that you can make better choice among the couplet for the identification of that unknown organism. So sometimes we find that the first one is correct, but maybe the second one is appropriate. Okay, so you just whenever you use the taxonomic key, you can watch or you can see both the couplet statements for our better understanding, so that you can choose correctly for the animal identification. So the next point is the meaning of unknown terms should be checked using the glossary. Okay, sometimes we can't understand the meaning of the uh, unknown terms. So these unknown terms may confuse us. So that for avoid that this confusion, you have to check the glossary which is present at the end of the books. So check this glossary for the meaning of unknown terms so that you can better understand the what kind of statement they have. Okay, next one is when measurement are used, such as the length of tails, feet, several material and specimens to be measured. Okay, so when you use taxonomic key for the measurement, okay, sometimes we just find an organism and we so in this point you have to measure the actual, we have to take the actual measurement of organism so that we can betterly understand the position of organism in the taxa or taxonomic classification. So next point is no decision to be taken based on single observation. Okay, by the observations, a single character observation cannot make or cannot differentiate the organism on the basis of their single character. For example, scale are present in birds and reptiles. Okay, in both classes these scales are present, so this single character of scale cannot identify these unknown organism is from belong from the amphibia, sorry, reptiles or birds. So this single character identification cannot make the proper decision of the classification of these unknown organism. So you have to take the decision by using the many character or many morphology of that organism, by their morphology, their anatomy, their evolutionary. So all these aspects regarding to the identification of organism you have to see and make a decision from which class the organism is belong. Okay, so next point is results should be verified by reading a description, comparing the specimen with illustration or an authentic herbarium specimen. Okay, so in this point we can say that the whenever we identify the unknown organism we have to verify the description or their character in authentic herbarium specimen. Okay, for example, when we find an unknown organism and we use the taxonomic key and find that it belongs from the class mammals. So for the mammals we have to know the what actual character are possessed in mammals for the identification. So this identification is based on these characters regarding to mammalia. So for the authentic illustration or authentic verification, we use the herbarium of specimen for the identification of unknown organism, so that we can compare these two organisms and their character, so that we can easily identify the class or kingdom of that organ or of that unknown organism. So we just have to compare that organism on the basis of their character. So herbarium specimen is used as a taxonomic key helper, okay, for identification of this unknown organism. So next point is construction of key. So how these keys are formed we have to see. First of all, always use constant character, not variable. Okay, for this uh, for identification of or formation of key we have to use the constant character. For example, we start from the basic character, that is it is unicellular or multicellular. If it is unicellular, okay, so first character is unicellular or multicellular, then next one is nucleus is present or nucleus is absent. So these are the characters. This constant character we have to use for the identification of organism, not the variable. For example, for incomplete variable, for example, the first statement you use as a presence of nucleus or absent of nucleus. You these two statements are equal for the identification of nucleus. Variable character means the nucleus first statement is related to nucleus and second statement is related to cellular components. So that are variable characters. So this is the not proper way to construction of key. We have to use the constant character. If you take the first statement as a nucleus, the second statement is also related to nucleus in opposite way, okay, or in contrast. That is, nucleus is present, nucleus is absent. So this both statement have the constant character. Next one is never use terms such as large, small, instead make correct measurement. Okay, whenever you find an unknown organism, you cannot just imagine the length of organism. You have to actually measure that organism for the better understanding of the classification. So that in taxonomic key you cannot use that term, that is large, small, tall, broad. You have to measure the organism on the basis of their morphology. Okay, next point is character always available are to be used rather than the seasonal character. Okay, for identification we have to use the available character. Okay, their morphological character, their physiological character, not the seasonal characters. Okay, for example, some animals or some plants show the seasonal variation. For example, hibernation, estivation. So these characters are not used because they are seasonal characteristics. We have to use the available character. For example, morphology. Their air pinnance is present or not, they are tailed or not, their hair are present or not. These are the available characters so that you can betterly understand the what kind of organism we have to find. So these characters you have to use, not the seasonal character, or they occur by the time to time. So this character cannot be used for the identification of organism. Next point is always use positive term. Okay, so for in construction of identification key or taxonomy key, you have to use the positive term. For example, nucleus is present and not use the not. Okay, uh, so in this way you just have to put the character in positive way, that is nucleus is present or nucleus is absent. Not is not considered for the construction of identification key or taxonomic key. So as far as possible, both choice of pair to be started with the same word. For example, seed, round, seed, oblong. Okay, for the construction of keys, the both statement we have to choose start with the same word. Okay, for formation of couplet we have to use the same character of organism. For example, seed is round or seed are oblong. So these are the character which start from the seed. Or another example, nucleus is present, nucleus is absent. So nucleus is a keyword for the identification or starting of the couplet. So we have as far as possible this choice of the pair which started with the same word. So all these are the construction keys for the taxonomic key. So that is for today. So in today's lecture we see the what is meant by taxonomic key, their proper use, and how to construct the taxonomic key. So in next lecture we see the what are the types of taxonomic key belong and how to identify the organism by using the taxonomic key. Thank you.